Okay, we are about to get into the Rumble Yellow vs Maroon. Looks like we're about to get into Champion Select now. Sweet. Here we go. Team Yellow, very, very interesting team to watch, really. It's a bit loud. Scared me. Yeah, Team Yellow. Hyper aggressive in the early game usually. I'll just have to double check what happened last week. They did win 2 games last week, but they did lose their first 2 games in the week before. So that they suffered their first losses in week 3. So either their playstyle wasn't working out or they changed something. Maybe they're going back to the hyper aggressive playstyle that they were playing before. Still a bit too loud. Wait, maybe something's wrong with my... Nope. Keep screwing with it. Alright, that should be alright. Interesting ban. So far, Zyra hasn't really seen too much play recently. Used to be a fairly decent ban back in the day. And Azir's kind of weird. Oops. Dramas. Nope. Alright. Katarina ban. Pretty standard, I'd like to say. At least in the tournaments. Katarina is a pretty fair champion. In the hands of someone that knows what they're doing with her, can be really scary. Evelyn, also a very annoying champion to deal with if you're not really too... It keeps getting louder, I don't know why. Alright. Yeah, Evelyn's kind of hard to... kind of... Sorry, there's stuff wrong. Everything's going wrong. Okay, no, we're good. Yeah, Evelyn. Keep talking about Evelyn. She's kind of hard to really know what she's going to do. She does play in Fog of War really well just because of her her passive, which is the perma-stealth. Still too annoying to deal with, so might as well ban it out. That, and I know that the jungler for the yellow team likes Evelyn a lot. Probably most played champion, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, a good target ban from the Maroon team. And on the yellow side, we see an Annie ban, probably targeting OCE Annie bot. Maybe? It's just a guess, just a hunch. And a Kayn ban. I'm not sure if Kayn is particularly picked by Maroon or if it's just an overall kind of safe ban. Interesting that we're seeing Ezreal picked for AD carry. I'm hoping to see some Ezreal jungle games tonight. That'd be really interesting. If it's played correctly, it is for sure a beauty to cast. But not sure if we'll see that tonight. The Lucian ban. Yeah, Lucian becoming a really strong mid laner as of recent. Very good matchup into those immobile mages like Talia, Syndra.
I do not tolerate cowardice.
Darius ban even. Pretty simple stuff really. Darius is the lane bully. Don't really want to get involved with that. I just realized Yellow looks like they're going for a Juggernaut comp. This will be interesting to watch. I'm gonna like this one. Yellow usually opting into hyper aggressive early ganking junglers, early picks, and kind of just steamrolling through the mid game to try and, you know, not really get to late game specifically, just kind of win. It's been working for them for the most part, they've only had 2 losses this split, so it's working for them. Interesting. Would have liked to see a Galio there. That would have been really interesting. Galio would have been a really good fit into their team comp as well, just giving the Cogmore just so much more safeness, I guess. Safeness? Okay, so far, the Maroon team kind of looking towards mid-game pick comp. And they could get aggressive early if they don't get poked out too early by the Cogmore and the Lulu. As far as bot lane matchups go, it's pretty volatile. For the early levels 1 and 2 and possibly 3, looks like yellow team has a better chance with the Cog and Lulu just because of their range. If they stay in minions, they're fine. But the all-in of Ezreal Leona later in the lane can probably put them ahead in that situation. Could get them an early lead there. Try and get the Cogmore to just delay his spike, really. Just delay his teamfight spike, which is... I'm not even sure what the spike is. I guess it's... because he can go so many items first. It's kind of like Draven, where Draven can build so many different items first. Cogmore can go Wits End, he can go Rage Blade, kind of. He can go Triforce, but I think the main build at the moment, at least the one I use personally, is the Blade of the Ruined King into Renans, and that's usually where his spike is. So from Team Maroon, I always go to say Maroon side. I'm not sure why. It's like red side. We have a Scion top. Pretty interesting into a... oh, they do end up picking the Galio. I missed that. That is a team and a half. That does look like... I didn't even pay attention to the channel. Don't know why. So it is a Lulu mid, Galio top. It could be Lulu top just to harass that Scion. Scion's not going to be able to do much into that Lulu, but Lulu mid, still fine. Galio into that Scion should be alright, really. Galio is still very strong in my opinion. The spectator delay is not a number. I don't know, something weird's going on there. A lot of weird stuff's going on. It's just the general flow of tonight. Everything just goes wrong. What else? Yeah, I think if the early game goes bad for yellow, Maroon team does have a better mid game than yellow. But if yellow plays smart and just tries to transition into that mid game as easy as possible, then that's just going to be smooth sailing for them. There's not much that the Maroon can do to get to the Cogmore. It's going to be pretty scary. Let's hope we actually get into game, because if we don't, that might be a problem. Just got to double check things. Yep, stream looks okay. It's just man, not a number, I guess. What? I keep hearing noises from the client. Anyway, just looking for any changes in the client at the moment. I will go BRB for just a second, but I will be back in time for the game start, so I will not be long. that certainly is good news. We're in the loading screen. I was a bit worried there for a sec. And sorry about the sudden BRB there. We've all had to go to potty at one point as an emergency. Alright. Whew. I am ready for this game to be a good one. Let me just turn this fan off. I've been playing a lot of, or not a lot, but a fair bit of Cogmore recently. Pretty fun. It's kind of revitalized my my passion for the game, really. Before I wasn't winning too many games. Kind of on a downward spiral. Went from 79 LP to 0 in Diamond 4. Just losing game after game. And then finally, I pick Nunu. And I win. Nunu is the way. He's how you win games. No, but for real, I love Nunu so much. He's actually that fun of a champion to so he's got the simplest kit, but he's so interesting to watch. It's so funny. Just because of how players can use his kit, really. Just be as annoying as possible. I plan on abusing him as much as I can. The Nunu Freelo. Alright. And while everything is black, I plan to time controls, get rid of that. Alright. Organize everyone. At least how I think everyone's gonna go. Is it me or did that side reset? I don't know. Anyway, it does look like Galio is going top, so that's good. My guess was correct. Okay, let's hope we see some invades. I want to see some of that. I want to see some of that fun. Still have the music playing. I'll turn that off.
You belong in a museum.
I wonder if some mood music would be good. Just on really quiet, you know? It'd be fun. It'd be chill. New Star Guardian skin, like it. Alright, so everyone having cookies, pretty much. Oh, there it is. I've been looking for people who are starting this. Cogmore Relic Shield. It is just to funnel as much gold as possible into the Janna without her taking the Cogmore CS. So she can get that Ardent as fast as possible. Into a lane like Leona Ezreal, you could... Like, it's obviously not the best start. It's less sustained than a Doran Shield start, which is still very, very viable, even after the nerfs. One less potion, doesn't matter. It's still a very good item. It's not... Yeah, it's slightly less sustained. But it does give you that goal. Not slightly. Oh, I'm not sure. I have to do some number crunching. Lulu getting some nice early harass in there, proccing the Thunderlords. We are frozen. Got to see that Thunderlord's particle effect a bit. We got Cogmore already proccing both of those stacks, trying to get some of that gold over to the Janna to get that Ardent Sensor as soon as possible. Both supports opting for the coin, definitely the better choice here. Very good choice. Yeah, into a Ezreal Leona lane. It's fair. I'd say it's fair to gamble that you can do this start and not be punished too bad. Ari does land the charm, gets a lot of damage off. Lulu returns with a little bit more, and they're both kind of even now. Lulu opting to not pop a potion yet. Ari eating a cookie. Oh, Lulu did pop a potion. Yeah, that's right. She starts with an extra because of Dark Seal. Dark Seal costing a little bit less, and it does get her a little bit more. Ooh, we're seeing some early game aggression. The flash in, the ignite onto Shogat, and he will fall. He will die. He will get destroyed. See, this is what I'm talking about from Yellow Team. Early game roaming, early game aggression. Pretty fun team to watch, really. Hecarim just softening up that Shogat, and Lulu flashing and doing a lot of damage there. I keep trying to talk about these starting items and just getting to the same spot and getting distracted. Yeah. What am I even talking about anymore? Ooh, Hecarim. Going in for that. The walk-in gank. He's coming back for more. Scion, mate. Taking a bit too much damage there. Does do the swag charge backwards, but does not land any damage. And now we are back to everything being calm. Scion does take a fair bit of damage there. He does start with a Doran shield, so he has a little bit of sustain. It would sustain from the harass, the kind of low damage-ish harass from Galio. And also I think the corrupting potion proc, the burn, will actually heal him because it will keep the passive with the Doran shield going, so good item. Good item. Nah, good decision from Scion there, OC Antibot, to start that item. I'm glad the days are gone of Lulu mid, because that was not fun. Okay. Scion is able to stop the Justice Punch. I think, or what's his W called now? Is it still Idol of Duran? I'm not sure. I'll double check, but... Shield of Duran. Okay, landing the Shield of Duran there for a little bit of a taunt, a little bit of damage reduction. Janet trying to interrupt the back. It's not going to. Oh, that cloud is going to fly back to base. Where is it? I see him. He's happy. It's going to land. Tragic. Died just how he lived. Ooh. Scion teleporting back to lane, does have full health, does have full mana, is able to get a lot of damage onto the Galio there. Galio opting to stay in lane for a little bit longer. Is just going to land that. Just on the edge, land the Q. Yeah, if Galio's trying to be a bit greedy here. He really should have matched his back with the Scions, but he is going to stay for another wave. If Scion knows that Galio is going to back, then Scion can just hard push. Scion knows Galio wants to back now, so he's just hard pushing as much as he can. Just trying to get Galio to try and miss minions, or just forcing him to stay in lane longer in a worse position. Despite this, Scion is ahead in farm. It's only by 3, but hey. Speaking of farm though, Cho'Gath having double of Hecarims. That's really interesting to see. Cho'Gath is looking to just hit 6 as soon as possible and just become this insane scaling monster. Leona going a bit too hard there, does take 2 tower shots, but walks away with the W. Shield of Daybreak, I think. Eclipse? God, I gotta remember all these abilities. I haven't seen a Leona played in a while. Ever since Rakan was released, it's just kind of like Rakan's a better Leona. Gank coming in bot lane. Leona does get a weird little juke there. Not juke, but a weird interaction there. Is just going to die. The heal coming out late. The flash not even popped from Leona. A tragedy in the bot lane, but well played by Yellow. More of that early game aggression and capitalization from their jungler. Bit of a wet noodle fight going on in top lane though, where we're frozen at the moment. Oh, the point blank ult from Sion. This doesn't end well for Sion. He does charge the Q wrong. He charges it in a different direction. He flashes. Not sure why. And the early dragon from Yellow Team. This is exactly what Yellow Team always does. Just so much early game aggression and macro. I can't stress it enough. Oh, a bit of damage there. Just one auto needed to land onto the Hecarim. He does. He flashes into it. Ari gonna dash in, charms the Janna. I'm stuttering. I can't do it. Leona just does miss the E. Janna's on next to no health. Is she going to get out alive? It looks like it. And blue team actually picking up the dragon there. Ezreal aiming to hit the Hecarim. I do not know if he hit the dragon there, but that was pretty well played. Gotta get this mouse out of the way. Alright. That'll disappear, surely. There we go. Stuttering. I always stutter. Another thing I should probably talk about is what summoner spells are going on in the bot lane. You see a lot of Jannas, Lulus, whoever takes wind speakers really, taking heal on the support these days just because of wind speakers. Sion, ooh. So I'm trying to think of names, but meanwhile Sion's just winning this trade. He doesn't have ult. He is going to win the trade though. Oh, he is going to get ganked though by the Hecarim. Does miss the fear though. Interesting. Still going to die, I think. Tries to creep block him. Cheeky. Ooh. Once again, Lulu going for the aggression. Doesn't have any mana, but just autos the poor Cho'Gath to death. Leona just missing the E there. Yeah, I keep getting sidetracked and just distracted. There's so much action going on. The Balmy Cinder of Sion isn't really doing too much. It's mainly for wave clear at this point because it can't really chew through the shield of the Galio. It's only like the passive magic shield on Galio. It's only really damaging that in their fights at the moment. Once he gets that down, then he can start damaging his health with just the Balmies, but hey. Oh, an ult into mid lane from Sion. Does land the damage, but not the knockup. Lulu is going to ult and then say goodbye to that. Ezreal landing the W, not much else. Yeah, as I said before, just Kog'Maw dishing out a lot of damage. Leona does land the ult onto one. Janna able to ult. Leona back into it. Kog'Maw's out of mana though. He looks like he's going to go down. Cho'Gath just walks right up to Janna, screams at her. Leona just gets hit. My bad. By the Kog'Maw. Icathian surprise. That true damage there. Gonna eat through whatever health she had left. God. A lot of action. I'm also very out of practice. Shoutcasting wise. Oh well. Other than that. Yeah, so as I was talking about before, the summoner spells, usually Janna's and Lulu's and Soraka's, whatever, they take wind speakers. They do take the heal. The heal gets empowered by wind speakers, and that frees up another slot, summoner spell slot for the AD carry to take, because they don't have to take heal anymore. Sometimes this can be barrier. I think it's most of the time actually that it's barrier, because just barrier is the next best thing to heal. It just offers even more protection. It has a higher shield than what heal heals, but then again the shield's only temporary. It's much better against burst and doesn't get reduced by the grievous wounds from something like ignite. You can also take cleanse into that team. I probably would have opted into cleanse myself, just because Leona and Ari. It's as a Cogmore, you really don't want to delay your attack speed spikes with all your items. Ooh. Justice Punch does land. He is able to interrupt the Scion, devastating something? Slam? Blow? Devastating blow? I'm not sure. Forgot about what I was talking about again. Yeah, that's right. You don't really want to delay your Cogmore attack speed item spikes with like a QSS or something. So taking cleanse would be an alright option there. Not sure what Cogmore is looking to go for a wit's end actually, maybe, judging from his items, or he could just go for a janky Bladed the Ruined King into a QSS. Leona does whiff the ult, she hits it but not the stun. Ezreal gets ulted back into tower by Janna. Cogmore just going to get healed up a lot by this Janna ult. He's taking a lot of damage from the Ezreal Qs and he looks like he may go down, but we're into the mid lane. Ari just going to die from the ticks of Ignite. Scion looking to do whatever. I don't know what Scion's trying to do, but he did go down there. Cogmore on no health. Just surviving there. I'm not sure if Cogmore had a shield or Cho'Gath just screwed up. I'm not sure, but Cogmore does flash in response. Maybe it was a barrier. I'm not sure. Yeah, Hecarim. Hecarim. Looks like something. Ooh, Ezreal eating in aggressively is trying to land Qs onto this Cogmore. He can't because he's standing in the minions, and he does fall. The Janna shield really helping out there for the Cogmore's auto attacks. Leona also dying to the hands of Hecarim. Hecarim going for the what? Cogmore going for the second Targon, the Targon's Brace. That's interesting. He does have the quest now where he gets a shield. I guess that's smart. Oh, the failed flash from Janna. She does get taken down. The dragon is stopped. Really interesting. Interesting stuff we're seeing here. Lulu also rushing a death cap. This is yeah. Not sure what I'm supposed to say. It's just interesting. Janna, yep, finishing her Ardent Sensor. Not sure if it was finished before. I did not manage to see. Leona actually going for a coin. Galio does get the ult in. Not going to take any damage from the Ezreal ult. He's going to soak it all up with his W passive with the damage reduction onto his ult. Cogmore coming in, trying to fight. Ezreal taking a lot of damage there. The Justice punch missing, but still picked up by Lulu. Hecarim stampeding in. This could be big, but they choose not to chase. Ezreal being annoying again. The failed flash from Lulu. Not sure what Lulu's doing here. I think she can burst him down, but I do not think she can get in range. Yeah, she can burst him down. Overall, Yellow making this Juggernaut mid-game team comp looking really early aggressive, more so early aggressive than a mid-game to late-game comp. Looks like they are going to steamroll the mid-game though, unless there is a godlike engage and a 5-man collapse onto the Cogmore. With Galio ult not ready, Janna nowhere to be seen, I guess. But yeah, Yellow team pretty comfortable sitting on a 7k gold lead right now. Although blue team do have the dragons, so we will wait and see about that. Hey, anything could happen. Both junglers up near Rift Herald, looking to get some vision onto that. Hecarim does pick up the Scuttle Crab, so they do have unclearable vision there. That is a massive shield onto Kog'Maw. it's essentially double his health. That is going to be pretty hard to get through. I'm guessing we'll see a pause here. Oh, Galio's moving again. Oh, a lot of stuff happening here. The tower does fall. Hecarim ulting in. Everyone's so low on the blue team, on Team Maroon. Nearly dead. Ah, flashes for the auto. The Q does miss. Kog'Maw just dishing out damage. So does Lulu. Galio actually did die in the top lane. The Scion ult able to kill him there. And Team Yellow just looking to take another tower. Who will stop their rampage? Yellow team looking to still push. Interestingly, stopping the Ezreal's backs there. Blue team do answer with a turret, but sorry, Maroon. But Team Yellow just really wanna get this tower. They're not giving up. Lulu is rotating bot lane. Looks like they still have their eye on this tower. They are not going to stop until they get it. Ooh, Leona does land the E onto Lulu, but Lulu kind of safe enough there, dishing out a lot of damage. Does pop the ult on himself, does get charmed. Kog'Maw's in the middle of 4 people, no help from anyone. Able to flash out of the Scion Q. The Scion Q was not a knock-up either. Scion ulting right past everyone. Does get a lot of damage onto the Janna. She's looking like she's going to fall. Does get the E. Does land the E. My bad. Ari, gung-ho, ulting into Kog'Maw and the Lulu. Does get taken down, but in return they get 2. 3 for 1. A 3 for 1 for the blue team. Although red team do get a tower in return. So I'm just going to clear a few waves. I'm now looking to go aggressive. Usually has won these trades. Apart from the very early trades, Scion has usually come out ahead on this one. Unless Hecarim. And Hecarim is indeed here. This time does land the fear. It is for a less duration because of the nerf slash buff to Hecarim, but not really going to affect. Just a little bit more damage there without the fear. Even would have picked him up there. So another kill for the yellow team there. Looking to also take a tower in the top lane. Hecarim going for the Triforce after the Cinderhulk, a very strong duo. Just because of the health you get from Triforce, does synergize a little bit with the Juggernaut. Cinderhulk, sorry. Lulu landing a bit of damage there, a little bit of slows. Infernal Drake is up. Red team looking to pick up their first dragon of the game. Pardon me. Kog'Maw are able to just melt through that dragon. Ooh. Blue team says no. As Cho'Gath flashes over and consumes, he is going to fall though. Galio coming in with a massive ult, knocking up 2 people. Ari is surely gone now. Kog'Maw dishing out so much damage. Scion taking just an insane amount of damage from this Kog'Maw, percent health damage. Does have the Wit's End completed. That was a massive fight. Blue team does pick up the dragon, but ultimately does lose the team fight there. Leona just being picked up there by the Lulu, and nearly Ezreal as well. That is a 4-0. Although they do lose Dragon, so I guess it's 4 for a half. Oh, Ezreal, no, you should have kept running. Red team are actually looking to end this now. Yeah, so many shields onto this Kog'Maw, there's nothing they can do. This Juggernaut team working out to be really, really effective there. There are 3 dragons though for blue team, so hey, maybe we're gonna see a 50-minute game here. Where they drag it out long enough for for the gold differences to not be worth anything. Speaking of gold difference though, 11k, 12k? No, 11k. That is a massive amount of difference. Cho'Gath sitting on 4 stacks. Should try and get the 6 before fighting anymore. Maybe he doesn't play Cho'Gath, or maybe it's changed, I'm not sure. But really, you should be aiming to get those 6 stacks as soon as possible and then using the rest. Like, not with Face not being on cooldown constantly anymore. There we go. Yeah, you can start stacking on champions instead. Ezreal trying to... Oh, Kog'Maw does get caught out by a charm. And an Eclipse? I'm not sure. He's just all of this CC is landing onto this Kog'Maw, but it does not matter. The Galio ult, the Janna ult, the Janna shield, everything just onto this Kog'Maw. It does not matter. Kog'Maw just able to melt down anyone that comes in his way. That's just about it. The aggressive flash from Kog'Maw, looking to just steamroll down. He's probably going to die to this tower. Okay, maybe not. That's so dumb. Nearly takes a bit of fountain laser damage there. He's trying to get that penta? No, it's not a penta. Oh, nearly picks her up, but red team should probably just end it now. Now they're just BMing. I guess Kog'Maw doesn't really care. Oh, he's the Lulu Ward's back up again. There's nothing blue team can do now. Red team are just toying with them at this point. Hey, maybe now. Maybe now something can happen. Leona does miss the E. She does land the ult though. More CC onto this Kog'Maw. He's maybe going to die. He's so close to death, but just so many shields onto this Kog'Maw. He is not going to die. Not today. Maybe actually, no. The shields are just too much. This Kog'Maw's on so little health. So much help from that team. My lord. What a game. And they're looking to just end it there. Well, how about that? I will see you, whoever is watching, for Game 2. Which is, I believe, Purple vs Aqua. So I will see you guys then.
Welcome to the League of Legends. Prepare for
What's their position? Give me the coordinates.
An ally has reconnected. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
What's the scanner say about their power level?
No enemies display a power level over 9,000.
I thought so.
Pulsar back online. President, do you know higher on that?
No.
I grant you my aid.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Option shift enabled. True shot barrage charge. Smokes on. Missile shot on. Minions have spawned. Start.
Alright, we are back. A particularly long break there. Aqua was just in a long game. But oh well. We're good now. There we go. Ooh. Put on a new song. And of course, the target ban towards Big Mean Giant. His Shen, my bad, is pretty good. It's his main champion, as far as I'm concerned. So it's simply standard at this point. Also, another target ban towards Intense Quack, their AD carry. He does play a lot of Draven. He's very good at the champion as well. Despite being unranked, he plays pretty well on the champion. Jen being banned out as well as a Janna ban. Pretty standard bans so far. Not sure about the Zyra bans. I think it's just a theme in this tournament, just to ban Zyra. Are you gonna get banned out there? I think it is. Oops. Yep. Alright. We're on to the first pick. Yeah, Ari banned. Pretty overall safe mid laner, so. Interesting Rakan pick there. Has fallen a bit in win rate since his ult collision nerf. Oh, hold on a second. Just need to find this. Just need to link people the stream. Alright. Just letting you know, it does have a 3-minute delay, so this should be fine. No cheating here. Intense Quack going on to the Misfortune there. I don't think I've seen him play this champion yet, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Warwick being picked up. Warwick is a very interesting champion. If his W actually worked properly half the time, he'd be A tier, A plus, maybe low S tier. But his W just for some reason randomly, like, there's a few bugs with it, mainly the passive, the attack speed portion and the blood trail portion. Sometimes the move speed just does not activate when you're on the trail, and sometimes the attack speed just doesn't activate either when the enemy's low enough, or the attack speed is just really slow to come on. The Xayah being picked up there, so the Xayah Rakan bot lane. Xayah Rakan's pretty interesting because I'm not sure, I always stream to YouTube. That's just what they tell me to do. Yeah, Xayah Rakan, they do have a strong synergy, just inherently built into their kit. How Rakan gets the effects of Xayah W, and they get the joint back, and Rakan gets to E, gets to shield Xayah from a lot further away. But when you look at it really, it's just a low range AD carry with an engaged support. If the Xayah gets poked down early, there's not much you can really do into just in that lane really. They have strong synergies, but they're also balanced around the fact that they are both so short ranged. So unless they are hyper aggressive and stay on top of the curve early, they're not really going to get anywhere in that lane. Even though I don't know the support yet, support may be Brand, it could be Brand mid, we could see some of that dank Brand mid. But yeah, my point is, in reality, Xayah Rakan is a strong duo, but it's just a low range bot lane that can be abused. So in my opinion, it's balanced. Interesting, if that Brand is the support, then purple side has effectively wasted a ban on the Lulu. Purple side, sorry, purple team. If not, that's good because you're stretching the support pool even more. Also a mid lane ban towards Victor there, so I guess they're kind of covering both bases there. It is a mid lane brand, so it was a good choice to go for the Lulu, but they also thought they might as well ban away the Victor just in case it was a brand support. But it is a Nami support. Red side, which is Team Aqua, going for the Rek'Sai and the Amumu bans. Both junglers, because the jungler hasn't been picked yet. Rek'Sai is pretty strong, and Amumu, if played right, Rek'Sai is very, very strong, but I've yet to see a Rek'Sai totally roll a game over, mainly because I haven't seen her picked that often. And when she is picked, people still build a tank, which does not work anymore. Trust me, I've tried it, I've failed. It is terrible. Hey, maybe I'm just garbage. That's probably it. Other than that, yeah, Amumu, just simple shit. Simple shit. Simple stuff. Amumu's just a simple champion. Pretty solid ban, to be honest. Purple team does pick up the Shyvana. Let's hope they are able to kind of control the early game with Shyvana and her fast clears. Try and get those dragons to go towards her passive. Get more armor and magic resist. And then if that happens, if they do get more dragons early, then it does give Shyvana a bit of leeway to build a bit more aggressively. But if not, then I guess it's just tank. Unless you want to go damage anyway. Hey, you can do whatever you want, really. Whatever you feel like. With Zed, the Zed pick is interesting because Brand can potentially outplay, but he does have to hold on to his stun. Make sure he does land his stun, which is his Q, onto a Blaze target. Blaze target is when he hits a spell, they start taking damage from a passive. His passive does damage over time. If they are affected by the passive already, a spell hit onto a champion that was already affected by the passive gets bonus effects. So the E conflagration, I think that's what it's called, gets spread to nearby enemies. It's just a short range kind of low damage kind of nuke kind of thing. His Q is a lone skill shot that does stun if the target is ablaze for 2 seconds. It is a lengthy stun on a skill shot. And his W does 50% more damage, I think. Pretty strong ability. His ultimate, which is Pyroclasm, does get, I think it prioritizes champions if the target's already ablaze or something. It's pretty devastating if you hit a champion that's already ablaze in a minion wave and it just bounces to the champion, the minion, the champion, the minion, and then the champion. That is just a lot of damage taken from that one ability. If Zed does manage to outplay this Brand, then everything should be fine, really. Everything should be smooth sailing. Brand will eventually get a Zhonya's. Warwick will near be unkillable eventually. Nami will be easily killable. Misfortune probably will get a Guardian Angel if she's having a lot of trouble against Zed. If Zed's able to pick off solo, then they have a good chance of winning this game. But seldom do I actually see a Zed succeed in the late game. Just because of how teamfight centric the game is at the moment. Split pushes are effective, but if done incorrectly, it's just an easy 4v5 teamfight win, really. So unless Zed is able to get those solo picks, then not much is really going to happen with that mid lane pick. Could get ahead early, could steamroll, as a lot of Zeds do. We'll just have to see. And Gnar into a Yorick, that is an unfavourable matchup to Yorick, for Yorick even. Not sure why he picked that, maybe it's a comfort pick. But it's also worth noting that Big Mean Giant, the Shen main, is not going top lane this game. we're seeing Yorick, Dalzahar top. So that is interesting. Both teams kind of going through a weird kind of roster kind of change, where some of the people involved not really showing up to games, or not really as enthusiastic as the other members. So, and not consistently there. That's probably more the reason. Just not consistently there. So both teams having new people added halfway through the season kind of screws them over. But if these members end up working better, then this could turn out a lot better. I think actually Purple Team maybe only has one new member. I just need to double check this. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't have any new members. But I know for a fact Aqua does. And if Aqua manages to just play as a team with their new members, they should be fine. They could make it to playoffs, they could show up. Hey, at this point any team can take the win, really. They're all fairly close in points, with only Yellow really standing out due to them only having 2 losses. Alright. Going to set up everything as per usual. Sweet, that looks good. Okay. Now we just wait for everything to go not dark and we should be fine. Here we go. Whoops. S, D, there we go. It's always hard navigating with 2 monitors when I'm on League. I just drag the camera to the right all the time. I'll just try and get some low volume music just for the background. Just some chill music for the early game. Alright. Yorick. Not Yorick. Warwick. Oh no, that's gonna suck. Yeah, the scoreboard does reset. I'm not crazy. Unless I am. No, I'm not crazy. Okay. Okay. It does reset. That's... I was worried. Thought I was going crazy last game. Okay, yeah, Warwick and Yorick. This isn't gonna be fun. But yeah, Warwick not buying items yet. Hasn't bought his warding totem. That means he's gonna have a really late second ward there. Notice how everyone's second ward is already charging. He hasn't bought his, so his won't start for a while. He's not he's not even here. He's not gonna get to his yeah, there we go, there's the pause. Not sure where this guy is. Well. Just gives us more time to chill, talk about the matchups. With the Shyvana into the Warwick, both are pretty heavy farm-centric junglers. Warwick does do a bit better in ganks. The rework has done nothing but amazing work to Warwick. He's such a better champion, while thematically better, but kind of the same in a way. Like, you can play him the exact same playstyle as he was before, but just be tankier and a bigger threat. Old Warwick was nothing but just a bowl of cheese. Didn't really do much, apart from the infamous patch 420 Weedwick. Alright. Yeah, and top lane, Yorick not really going to do too well into Gnar. That is weird though, Gnar does get the Doran Shield. Maybe he expected a Corrupting Potion start out of Yorick. Yorick really should have started the Doran Shield into the Gnar. Just because there can be so much early poke from the Gnar. It's not really going to be too easy for Yorick to CS. When that's really all that he wants to do until he gets his Sheen and his ultimate. Once he's got all that, he's golden. He's fine. He just needs a little bit of CDR as well, and he's good. Played a fair bit of Yorick, so fairly knowledgeable on the champion. And pre-rework Yorick. Played a lot of pre-rework Yorick. Very, very fun champion. I miss him dearly. Not as much as I miss Graves though, right? Please, please give Graves back. Please. I will give you money. Anyway, yep. Oh. Warwick's still not here. Still hasn't cleared any camps. Still just sitting in base. Yeah, the Darn Shield does counter the Corrupting Potion. If you suspect that the enemy laner is going to take Corrupting Potion, it is a good idea to take the Darn Shield, just because the Darn Shield kind of pretty much directly countering the Corrupting Potion passive. Corrupted Potion. Yeah, the magic damage ticks there. Looks like Warwick's having a bit of trouble here. Always hard to think of stuff to talk about in these pauses. Guess I'll just keep talking about champions then. Yeah, on to what I was talking about before with the trinkets. When you get into game, the first thing you should do, no matter what, because you're going to always get it, is buy a trinket. Because you get that second ward charging as soon as you get into game. That few seconds could be real helpful, I don't know. I just like... min-maxing is just my thing. I play Diablo, so... it's a bit of a burden to be such a min-maxer at Diablo. It's more hindering than anything. I want everything to be perfect before I start doing riffs. Anyway. Greater riffs at least. High level greater riffs. And yeah, as I was talking about before with Rakan, the latest nerfs have kind of nerfed his engage, but like, I think they nerfed the speed of his W, and I think they lowered the hitbox on his ultimate, but they lowered the cooldown. So his ultimate into W isn't really as reliable as it was before. Okay, so before his W used to scale off move speed. I never knew this, but his W used to scale off 100% of his move speed. So that's why not only was pressing your R key and then Wing, because when you go there, when you land on the enemy champion, you'll taunt them, you'll charm them. Not only is that good, but the move speed from activating your ultimate also goes into your W, so your W is just so much more faster, not much time to react there, and that's what made Rakan really strong. And I feel with these nerfs, it kind of pushes Rakan not out of viability, just really not as good as he was before for solo queue. I feel like he needs some compensation buffs, either to his passive maybe the cooldown of his passive early, maybe the damage of his Q, the range of his Q, maybe reduce the width a bit as well, because maybe then you can slot it through some minions. And yeah, just maybe his passive Q or E, just any compensation buffs there, because I feel he's a bit too weak now after those nerfs. And Xayah, after her initial release, after the initial buffs, and then a few nerfs, she's fine. She's playable perfectly. She's a very good champion to climb with at the moment as well. Super safe if you use that ultimate correctly. I do not want to see this Xayah use her ult incorrectly this game, or I'll be very angry. You will hear from my lawyer. Anyway. Yeah, just mainly the Xayah's ulting aggressively kind of kills me inside a little bit every time I see it. Because that is... I'm trying to think of a... I guess they think of it more as a Fizz, like Troll Pole or something. The Fizz Playful Trickster, not Troll Pole. Because Fizz's E is meant to dodge stuff as well as go in and deal damage, because it does a lot of damage. Xayah's ult, it has like 200 base damage at max rank. I think it has 100 base damage and then 150 and then 200. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Yeah, it can finish off kills, but it's really just mainly used for for dodging things and setting up E's, setting up really high damage E's. And if Xayah really, she excels like Twitch excels in team fights, where if she's left to just auto attack a fair bit, like Twitch can pop his E, does a lot of damage with Contaminate or Expunge. I prefer Expunge. Xayah is the exact same. Get enough feathers, smack that E button with people in the line of fire. That is a lot of damage. Both of them really excel at fighting in the jungle, and that's perfect for blue team, because if you look at their team, they have a Zed, which I don't know how that goes into fighting in the jungle. I don't know why I started with Zed, but I mean, yeah, if you look at their team, they do have... Oh, Yorick getting a bit of damage off there, does miss the W, or Nah hopped out of it. They have a Nah, they have the Nah to ult against the walls. A lot of damage going onto the Brand. He does flash out. Oh, Zed going in with the flash ignite, does get the first blood, dies. It's still kind of worth, but they do have an extra, they did blow an extra flash for that extra 100 gold, so I'm not sure how worth that is for blue team, but regardless, that does get Zed ahead a fair bit. Brand going in for that Zhonya's Hourglass. Yeah, the purple team, which is blue team, really want to fight in the jungle. They have such a good team for enclosed space fighting. And even at the Dragon Pit, where it's not as open, and Baron Pit and River, where it's not as open as a lane, it's just perfect for him. Shyvana goes in, does miss the E, is able to get a bit of damage out. Rakan E-ing in just to get the bubble, does land the W. I think that is a heal blown, yes, a heal blown from Miss Fortune, but she does manage to walk out of that. Keep talking about stuff and getting distracted. Anyway. Yeah, another interesting thing is that the Nami is opting into a Spell Thieves and not a coin, which is kind of weird considering coin is very, very good right now. The gold gen of the coin, just not even at maximum efficiency of getting every coin, is more than a maximum efficiency Relic Shield and Spell Thieves. It's just so much better. Like if you proc Spell Thieves every time it's up, if you proc the Relic Shield every time it's up, and if you proc the coin, if you get the coin every time it's up, the coin is just going to give you so much more gold. It's pretty crazy how much gold you do get from the coin, and that is why I recommend everyone get that coin. Get the coin, no matter what support you're playing, just get it. Gives you mana too. It's crazy. It's like 10% missing mana. If you're someone like Alistar, Blitzcrank, Thresh, you really want this. It's really good for you. Okay. Yorick actually winning trades in the top lane despite the Doran shield. Just misses the E. Nara able to pick those ghouls up. It is a bit punishing for Yorick to miss his E, because if he does miss his E, his ghouls are just, they're easily, oh, Zed does manage to dodge. He does manage to dodge the stun using his W with the sidestep, but does get killed by the Brand ultimate damage and the passive pop. Pretty well played there. Not sure what Nah is doing. Does he have ult? He should have used that a lot earlier. He might have been able to fight there. But yeah, as I was saying before with Yorick, it's kind of punishing to miss your E, because when you want to send your little ghouls, your Mistwalkers, into fight, you want them to do damage. You want to actually land the E, so your ghouls actually land on they lunge towards the enemy and start doing damage. If you bring up your ghouls then with your E, they can get a free 15 to 20 gold for you failing. So not only is it that you miss out on damage, but you also give the enemy gold. You give your enemy a minion basically, and that's it's not particularly what you want. but the reward for laning your ghouls early isn't actually that much, as long as if the enemy doesn't kill your ghouls, it's a lot, obviously. But if they're left there to auto attack for a bit, that's why it's kind of good to start a corrupting potion on the Yorick, just because the ghouls proc the corrupting potion passive, get a little bit more damage out there, make the ghoul commit more worth. That's the thing though, if you do fail the Zed looking for a bit of damage onto this Warwick, I was gonna say Yorick, he is dead. He does fall to the Shyvana burn actually, or the red buff. Zed not able to pick that up with his ult, not able to get that bonus AD from the Warwick. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for the rest of the game, I can tell. Yeah, even if you do land your E like Yorick did there, oh, this is gonna suck! Then yeah, you still give them gold. A misplaced ult there from Intense Quack from the MF, but still manages to pick up the Shyvana with the flash auto Q. Interesting, Shyvana did have flash there though, just maybe didn't react soon enough. Brand putting in the pain into this Zed is ahead in CS as well. The bot lane for the blue side is ahead in CS just by 7 as well. And it's weird, top lane Yorick is actually ahead. Maybe this actually looks like a comfort pick for the Yorick. This is really interesting play from Nah here, because he does get the combo off, but not a lot of damage. Yorick able to pop his ultimate there, get a little bit of return damage, but that ultimate's probably the Maiden of the Mist? Yeah, Maiden. Anyway, the Maiden is just gonna fall there, just giving Nah just a little bit of gold there, not really doing much. And more calm there. Yeah, the Yorick winning the ranged matchup so far is kind of weird. Though it looks like Nah is going for the Frozen Mallets first item. That's gonna kind of suck for Yorick. He won't be able to get in close there if Nah's able to start off. Oh, Brand able to get a little bit of damage out of there. Is not going to die. Neither is going to die. Huh. Blue team actually spotting the dragon start on a ward, looking to hop the wall to try and steal this dragon. MF is engaged on the ult used aggressively there from Xayah, but does pick up the kill anyway. Dragon being being picked up by the red team here, though Yorick does. Warwick, this sucks. Though Warwick is going to fall there. Shyvana just either missing smite or not smiting in time, or hopping the wall just a little bit late there. I guess she was distracted by the scuffle going down in bot lane with the MF. Scuffle. If I say Warwick and mean Yorick, just ignore it. I'm tired of this. Alright. Brand gonna spot out a control ward there in Death Brush. Zed probably looking to fight there. Does get hit by the stun. Is still going to chase. Looking like he's gonna get away there. Yorick does get ulted into the wall. Unsure if Nah has hopped there. He does opt to flash out. The E whiffs, it looks like. No mana to follow there. Just cannot pick up the kill. Looks like Yorick may just actually get away as well. More move speed. Shyvana not having boots there kind of hurt her chances of getting to Yorick. Does manage to stop the back though with the E. With the Flame Breath in dragon form, it does form like a fireball AoE kind of thing. Shyvana getting a little bit of chip damage onto that top tower. Alright. This is the point where should be thinking about what they're going to do to get to the mid game. How they're going to transition into this mid game at the moment. The Rift Herald is really important in this meta, just because of how fast it can push towers with, and if you've got a team with someone like a Xayah with a W and someone like a Shyvana and a Gnar and a Zed even, that's a lot of damage onto a turret in the mid game that you can get with that Rift Herald. Out of a fight, you could push extremely far. So yeah, out of a one fight, their blue team can push extremely far with a Rift Herald. So can red team, but to a lesser extent. Zed looking to do a bit of damage, does ult last. Brand is going to... Zhonya's the pop damage there, not going to die. Not today. Yeah, it looks like red team does have the better team fight, but only barely. Mainly because of that Brand and MF at the moment. As big and massive as Nami wave is and disruptive, it's kind of... It's non-factor unless she is able to interrupt a Gnar hop or something like that. Okay, the offensive Xayah ult again. The MF just able to tear people apart. Oh, does pick up. Is that going to be the... That is the triple kill from under the tower. The dive gone wrong. It wasn't even a dive, it was just poor play from the purple team there. Everything going wrong. Zed dying in the mid lane as well. What is going on? Top lane, still on an island. Not able to bring the CS back to even, interestingly. I guess that made too much of a big deal out of the CS lead. Brand does show up top lane, is going to land the Q and W. That is a dead Gnar. Passive damage, way too strong. Looks like MF isn't going to pick up the tower just yet. Yorick just leaving his maiden to push on his own. Ah, and here we go. Red team looking to get that Herald. Looks like blue team does know or suspect it. They did chuck pings onto that Rift Herald. Zed is going up to look. He is going to spy a team there. Zed's looking to interrupt here. This could go very badly for him if he does get caught out. Trying to steal that Rift Herald, does get stunned up, isn't able to pick up the Rift Herald. Red team able to pick that up. Yorick taking it, he's going to get the empowered recall if he does not use it. Now it's just how they use his Herald. How are they going to use his Herald? It's really going to yeah, it's not getting it, it's how they use it. That's what I was trying to say. And let's see let's just see what they do with it, see what's going on. MF particularly strong at the moment. I'm losing my voice a bit. Another dragon is up soon. It looks like Infernal, but I don't think it is. I guess I could just mouse over to it. Ah, it's another Infernal. Okay. More action in the bot lane. MF trying to set up those double tap. I think it's double tap. Minion kills with the Q bounce. Yorick able to land the E. He's probably going to pop his W just for Gnar to jump out of it. Gnar is actually going to kite with the frozen mallet there. Nami is getting caught out. She's going to get bursted down here unless something horrible is to happen. Warwick does miss the ult there. Xayah using her ult defensively this time, not using the E yet though. Alright, nice. That was a good collapse from the blue team there. Everything's going too fast. I can't keep up with my tired voice. Ooh, Brand getting a bit of damage there onto the Zed. Zed able to dodge that Q though with the W. Yorick getting even more damage, landing even more ease. Yeah, now gonna be a pretty big problem with this Frozen Mallet now. Alright. Ooh. MF face checking that bush. Nothing gonna come of that though. Red team hovering around the dragon, looking to pick up a second Infernal here. Blue team does have the Scuttle Crab though. Although Shyvana is going towards topside, where she should be heading towards dragon to contest it. Considering their position on the map at the moment, how much pressure the red team have with their Brand. They don't... Oh yeah, although red team don't have mid priority at the moment, with Brand, his wave clear is pretty easy if he's able to get all the minions with his W. Getting mid priority for red team is going to be pretty easy, so red team should look towards dragon now. The Scuttle Crab does run out as well for blue team, so blue team are in the dark at the moment about dragon. Shyvana not having a ward, having one come up now though. MF spotting out a pink ward, going to be able to clear that. A ward does get placed onto the dragon and they're going to start it again. Shyvana having ult, can ult over to steal it, but I'm not sure if that is the right decision. I don't care what's going up on top lane. I want to see what's going on here. The ult, she does ult in to get it, but she does nothing. They let her walk away as well. Ooh, big charm there, big knock up from the Rakan there. Zed going on to MF. Shyvana flashing on top of the Brand, able to pick up the kill with Flame Breath. Nami able to flash out to safety there. And MF actually surviving the Zed ult. Yorick opting for a ZZ Rod portal there. Trying to slow, at least help stifle the push of that annoying Gnar. Right now the Gnar does not have ult, so this is a good engage. He's out of mana again though. Can't really do anything with that. But with how... It's weird to see, because I wasn't looking at gold. I wasn't looking at gold advantages, although the advantage is only around 1.5, or it's more now, it's around 2 now. But I wouldn't think that the blue team is ahead 2 gold at the moment. 2 gold? 2 whole gold. Nah, 2 gold. 2k gold, I said it again. Yeah, it doesn't really appear that they're ahead 2k gold just because of how red team are playing at the moment. That is going to be equalized right now with these 2 towers. It's going to be closer to half a k. Yeah, 0.7k. So now it's just even again. But count in the value of those Infernal Drakes and you've got yourself a less even game. Oh, they half hit there. Doing a lot of damage. Oh, just barely not able to pick up that. And I'm just walking right next to the Rakan there, just not really caring. Rakan didn't want to interrupt the strut move speed, I guess. Just wanted to let her go on with her day. Very interesting changes to Yorick recently that no one has really... I say this, but that's just anecdotally. I feel like Yorick's being slept on. He is very slept on. Yeah, slept on. He's very. I think he's sleeper OP at the moment. Just in the right matchup, he's sleeper OP. Okay, he's niche. He's got a very specific identity. But we're seeing a fight in the mid lane right now. Nami ult able to knock up 2. Brand getting a lot of AoE damage onto the blue team. They're going to get torn apart by the Brand passive. Shyvana just able to live there. The E whiffing does flash onto the Rakan, but not able to pick him up. Dropping the ZZ on the mid lane. Isn't able to get the bounce damage there. but looking like they want to pick up this tower. Was Rift Herald ever used? Huh. Maybe? I'm not sure, I never saw it. But Yorick, the changes they made to his ghouls, how they don't expire at a range anymore, it's a very big change. Just the changes they made to his overall ghouls damage, how they do less damage early but more late. It's a very interesting change, but that was a big chunk of damage taken off the Xayah there from the MF bounce damage. Okay. I didn't even see what that was. Was it a bounce? the question mark pings coming through. MF going a little bit too hard here, but I guess she doesn't really care. Blue team doesn't really seem to care that much. Stun is able to land onto the Gnar, taking a lot of damage from those ghouls. Shyvana ulting in, but not really getting much from it. Man, why do I have to solo cast? I suck at play-by-play. All I do is stutter and sound like an idiot. Anyway. Oh, tell you what'd be funny? If I was muted this whole time. No, okay, sweet. Alright, blue team able to pick up that turret there. Going to slink away with a little bit of health. Half health on most people. Interesting. Teleporting top with no health. Could get dived here. Red team is looking to collapse up to top lane, but so is blue team. The Rakan and the Xayah close behind. Oh, that's the ult collision nerf there. But oh, big ult into the wall there. Zed able to do some nice AoE damage there. Rakan, no, Rakan eating into the Gnar there to kill him. That was good. But yeah, as you saw there, the Rakan popped ult and W'd right next to, I think it was the Brand, but it didn't hit him. The ult didn't charm him. He was able to flash out, and that is a big reason why Rakan's win rate has dropped. I'm glad. Pardon me. I'm glad we saw an example of that in this game, because that's what I was talking about at the start of the game. The ult charm through W is not always guaranteed now. So that's why his win rate has dropped a fair bit, and that's why he's not that good of a champion anymore. He's still decent, but not as good as he once was. That's why I said I wanted to see some compensation buffs. MF able to reactively flash out of that. Rakan W. It was good patience shown by Zed there, waiting for the Xayah to show up. Overall, does blow Misfortune's flash there. She still does have heal. Looks like the Dragon Dance at the moment. And that is the third Infernal. Red team probably really want this. They want all three Infernals. There is a pretty big zone at the moment. Yeah, it looks like no contest here really, unless something of a miracle happens. Not miracle, but a team fight happens. Ooh. The instant suppress from the Warwick, the massive ultimate from Misfortune, but she does fall. Nami probably not going to die. She's going to stand in the fire breath and is going to go down. The dragon is picked up by the blue team. That was a big MF ultimate, but it also was a big Zed play there. Good for jumping on the MF instantly and just getting her heal. I don't know how she was. It looked like she had grievous wounds. I think she might have attacked Gnar. No. How does she have grievous wounds? I'm really confused. Maybe it was something else. I was looking at something. But yeah, blue team actually able to come out on top there. Now they are ahead by 4k gold, looking really good for them. The Narpic really working out here, doing a lot in team fights. Zai able to DPS as well, and Zed able to pick people off. The Shyvana pick actually working as well. Able to get one stack of her passive so far. The next dragon is hopefully something easy like Cloud. Yep. Next dragon is Cloud, so it should be a lot easier for Shyvana to pick up some more dragons, get those passive stacks, get even more tanky. Just become an absolute monster to deal with. Who else is hyped for the Yorick skin? Because I know I am. Alright. Just some vision control going on at the moment. Ooh. There's a convergence onto the Shyvana here. She does have a way to escape with the ultimate. Does ult in though. Warwick extremely squishy here. Instead of just fearing her and popping his E early, he chooses to auto attack some minions and keep the damage debuff, I guess. Rakan is spotted out there. Kind of chills there a bit. MF able to get a little bit of damage onto the Rakan. Bit of a misplay from the Warwick there in top lane, but hey, we all make mistakes. Yeah, it's interesting Warwick build. See when I said at the start of the game that you can play Warwick how old Warwick used to be played. I mean playstyle, not particularly build. Old Warwick kit kind of synergized more with attack speed centric builds, whereas this Warwick he kind of already has enough attack speed in his kit to just go tanky with a Titanic Hydra and a Cinder Hulk. Like you saw there, he wouldn't have died if he actually had better items versus that Shyvana there. Because right now he is so tanky, the Rakan actually not landing the ult there as well. Again, just landing short. Yorick just popping in. Zaya gonna ult defensively there, but nothing gonna come of that. Looks like Nami is going to be taken down there by the Zed pop from the grave. And what was that? That was a 1 for 2. I got a bit lost there after Yorick popped the plant. A lot of stuff happened. I'm not even sure. No, I was in that fight. I don't even remember. Red team looking to push up. A bit of calm before the storm right now. So we're at the point of the game where most core items have been completed or are being completed, and these Infernal Drakes are really taking effect now with the bonus damage they're giving. Early game they give next to no AP or AD, but later in the game does give a lot more AD and AP, just because of how percentages work. Alright, a bit of vision control around Baron. Oh, Bramble Vest does apply Grievous Wounds. Okay, I thought it... Does it? Yeah, it does. Wow. Didn't realise that. That's pretty strong. I didn't think it was Grievous Wounds. I thought it was just the damage. I guess I must have just forgotten. Yeah, Bramble Vest is an extremely strong item. Build it against Fiora, Hot Tip, and Urgot. It's pretty effective against most AD carries as well, especially something like Hogmaw, but I guess it doesn't matter much when he has heaps of shields. Warwick just whiffing the ult there, Zed able to ult in there. Oh, I'm losing track of everything. Rakan lands a 2-man knock-up, he's able to pick up everything there. That is a kind of big MF ult there. He is going to get ulted by the Rakan and knocked up. He is going to fall. A lot of damage coming out from the Zaya. A lot of damage coming out from the Gnar, is able to stun MF, but MF does just barely survive. Huh, it looks like blue team, I guess it was even. Yeah, it was even. 3k gold ahead on the blue team right now. Though once again, it does not seem like it. Despite Warwick's terrible build. It's terrible in my opinion, okay? Could be good. Hey, if you can prove me wrong, I'd be happy. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Yeah, MF going into that full armor pen build. Just able to tear through everyone. Zed particularly huge, but again the MF is farmed up pretty well. Brand is going to do a lot of damage in these team fights. Rakan looking to steal, but no. Blue team play it safe. Sorry, red team play it safe just by dragging it back, minimizing the risk to basically zero. The Rakan Grand Entrance does whiff there. Zed looking to engage onto that lone MF there with only the Brand to help, and with Brand's ultimate gone, he saw a window of opportunity there, but just not able to catch up to it just yet. Shyvana just a monster right now. A lot of damage and a lot of health. Not too many resists though, just a little bit of armor. Just basically just her innate armor and MR plus the boots and 1 passive stack. I think that's 5 armor and MR, maybe 10. Oof, 10 would be spicy. I'll just double check that. Guess it doesn't really tell. Classic. What was the max order on that actually? Maxing the Q last. Interesting. I think that's what you do these days? I can't remember. I just remember Q max was really good at one point. Looks like MF is going to pick up a Death's Dance. At least I think so. It looks like it. Okay. Big engage onto MF there. It's just going to be torn apart. A lot of damage being taken there. The Gnar ult basically hitting no one. The Brand ult just tearing through blue team at the moment. The bubble does land onto Gnar. He is taken out of the battle. He has no health. Warwick able to ult basically no one. Basically do no damage. Zed doing a fair bit there, but not able to pick up the kill. Overall, a 1 for 2 there. That was a big engage by Rakan. Really using his move speed and mobility to his advantage to catch that MF out through over the wall. Both teams with their eyes on Baron at the moment. Rather than using his ZZ Rot to split push, he's more using it to counteract the pushing of the other minion wave. Not really sure that's the best use, but he's allowed to do what he wants. It's his life, he's independent. Those ZZ Rotlings, ZZ-lings, those little Voidlings? Yeah, I guess Voidlings. They're not going to get too far in that position before they die. It's just, they nerfed that a while ago, how the ZZ Rot Voidlings just die if they go too far, instead of just remaining on 1 health. Yeah, they're not even getting to river before they die, if you see on the minimap there. Looking like both teams are going to converge onto Dragon. You're tanking aggro because because of the Tiamat there. Na is farming bot lane, but he does have the TP for the fight. Nami taking a bit of damage there from the Baron aggro. Kind of a misplay there. Oh, the Baron started by Nami to get a little bit of damage onto Rakan, but the RNG was not on Nami's side there. He went for the slow line attack rather than a 1 or 2 attacks there, normal attacks. Rakan taking no damage other than the small dot there. Damage over time that Baron deals. Does root. The Yorick has no health. Zed gets ulted by the Warwick. I was gonna say Yorick, but corrected myself. And that is a dead Xayah and a dead Zed there. Red team pushing down the mid lane. Looking for the inhib. Na is still splitting though. Whether or not that's the right decision, I guess we will find out. Not much he can really do though against that team. Red team just gonna back off there. Instead of making a mistake and going for the base. But now they're going for Baron. Gonna pick it up pretty quickly, to be honest. The TP is coming in. Nara is able to sway them a bit. Oh, the Shyvana does come in. The big Nara on everyone into the wall. The Rakan as well. Shyvana is going to be taken down. So is the Gnar. Pretty easily as well. And that is an easy Baron. That is a ballsy move from the MF there. Is going to be taken down. The Zed Deathmark is going to kill. Ignite. Grievous Wounds is not enough. The Grievous Wounds is too much for the healing of the Redemption and the Nami heal. Looks like Xayah is going to deal a lot of damage there, doing an insane amount of damage, but is going to fall to the Yorick. So we needed more of that from the purple team. We needed more condensed fighting there, because that Xayah damage is pretty huge. Didn't really get to see too much of that Xayah damage showcased in this game. That way at least. Mostly just normal auto attacking and eating small amounts of feathers for the snare, but that is a red team win, a team Aqua win over team purple. We will see you for game 3 in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, not sure.
Draven out.
People fear what they cannot understand.
I was muted. We're in to game 3. Let's go. Green team, whoops, versus Team Maroon.
As you wish.
I made sure Maroon was on red side, so it's just as least confusing for me as possible.
The weak fear the shadows.
Alright. Tryndamere. I think someone on green team mains Tryndamere. I can't remember. Kane, strong jungler, Draven, pretty I don't know, Draven's a bit weird with all the hyper carries going on at the moment. I suppose he's alright. Anyway. Riveting analysis right now. I'm so out of practice. Anyway. Yeah, Thresh gonna be banned away from by the blue team there. Thresh, even in a Ardent Sensor centric support dominated meta, Thresh is always strong. It's like Lee Sin. No matter the jungle meta, no matter the support meta, those two are always going to be viable. I would have said the same for Ezreal, considering he's always playable, but now he's seeing play in the jungle. And that's something I want to see. I want to see someone play Ezreal jungle tonight. Please. Someone play Ezreal jungle and be good at it. Or is that not a thing yet? In this, in the Rumble? Are people not aware of the power of Ezreal jungle? Oh. I think that may be a Zyra mid. Interesting, I haven't seen that since she was released. I think she was meant to be a mid laner, but I guess she just went to bot because she was alright. She's alright there, not mid. Alright. What are we going to see? Ahri ban. I think Ahri has been banned all 3 games, all 3 series. Today, tonight, because she's pretty strong. Overall, Ahri's another person like Lee Sin and Thresh. She's always good, she's always been good, always will be good. She's one of the most popular champions, and Riot know this. That's why they bring her out a skin every 6 months. Bring out a skin for her every 6 months.
I do not tolerate cowardice.
Again, a Darius ban. He's kind of, after his rework, he's kind of in the same boat as Ahri, Lee Sin and all of that. He'll always be good. Even after his nerf to his hemorrhage, Noxian might AD bonus, I think. Like his early game cheese bonus. Still crazy lane bully. Trying to think of a champion. I guess there is a champion for every role. Apart from like AD, like there's only really Ezreal, I guess, but in this meta he's just unplayable just because not unplayable. He's not as good as other carries just because no. Yeah, this Kawaii Roof Senpai is very, very good Aurelion Soul. Knows the champion pretty well, knows how to play, knows how to roam. So we're gonna see some good stuff from the green team this game. But yeah, Ezreal, it's not because he's bad, because you see now in the jungle, like he's fine. It's just because other AD carries scale so much better, and it's just better for him to be an early game aggressive jungler like Lee Sin, but with less kind of playmaking and more just raw damage, basically. Trying to think of an AD carry that fits every... Ashe? I guess Ashe is always playable, yeah. More recently Caitlyn, although she's been absolutely slapped on the PvE. She's been brought down a fair bit on the PvE, so I don't think that'll be true anymore. So I guess Ashe. Dan, she's fairly popular, gets a few skins. Getting Championship Ashe, I think it's already out actually, so... Oh yeah, I've versed it, yeah. Champions that just can be played in every meta. I wonder what a team of Darius, Lee Sin, Ahri, Ashe, and Thresh. That'd be alright. That wouldn't be too bad in this meta. The worst part is probably the bot lane, just because of the no Arden kind of aspect to it, but oh well. What's this? Some of the spells have always been kind of weird for red side, but is that a ghost? Is that ghost on Jhin? Does that mean Janna was meant to take heal? Oh well, we're still going to see some good stuff. Jinx Karma bot lane. Surprised Lulu wasn't picked, considering her strength. Might just be a comfort pick, really. Gragas in the top lane. Gragas has been beaten down with nerfs just constantly. Riot hates this champion. Just because his engage is just so effective and competitive, he's just been targeted so much. It's not even that he's that insane in solo queue, although I've found success with him, it's just anecdotal. It's just mainly competitive. He keeps getting nerfed because of competitive. He's such an effective champion in high ELO and just LCS, LCK, everything, all the high competitive games. He's just very, very consistent, very reliable. It'll be interesting to see after the last round of nerfs if he's still going to be played at Worlds. And Janna, there are nerfs to the Janna on the PBE. I'm glad. Tired of this champion. It's kind of a mini rework though. I could get we'll get the changes up now, just so I can talk about it in this brief kind of. Hold on, what's this? Oh, Evelyn teaser. You heard it here first. Evelyn has just got a teaser. Hold on, I'll chuck a. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just show me. There we go. Alright. Take a look at this. Evelyn. You've seen it here first.
It's better in the dark.
Jump scare. Okay. Eve looks pretty cool. Oh, we're getting into game. But yeah, as I was saying, with the Janna changes, they're making her less kind of non-interactive in the early game, just kind of shielding and not really doing much else. Hold on a sec. That. Alright, sweet. Oh. Why can't we see? There we go. Alright. Not gonna order the scoreboard just yet because it is cursed. Alright. Into our final game of the day, hoping it's going to be an interesting one. Health bar. Ah, okay. I remember you used to be able to click on the tower at the back here to see how much damage it did. It was something like Had like heaps of AD or something. Alright, now I can order everything. I hope this Warwick builds correctly. Should do. Let's hope. Yep, that is Ghost on Jhin. Guess he doesn't need heal if he's got Janna. Janna should have taken heal then? I don't know. Janna opting for 2 less potions in exchange for a control ward. Okay. That's fair enough. And I did it again. Did it again. I did it again. Oh, what the hell is going on? Just want to play some music, man. Alright. Very, very quiet music. Okay. Ooh. Seeing a little bit of disruption from Gragas. A little bit though, not really impeding anything that Yi wants to do at the moment. Not sure what's going on there. I think they see Janna, I guess. Ooh! Yeah, you're taking a little bit of damage there. Now, what did Warwick? Ah, I'm gonna do it again. Okay, he started the Q. It's fair sure it's better to start W on Warwick because you just get so much more attack speed. It synergizes with the machete because the machete gives on hit damage. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a minor thing, but hey, I said before, I min-max like crazy. Here we go. Aurelion Sol's hit level 2. He's going to poke the hell out of this Zyra. That is what Aurelion Sol does. This guy knows what he's doing. It's pretty fun to watch as well. Zyra having to pop a potion. Aurelion Sol using 2 of his corrupting potions charges already. Oh, Garen getting a pretty damn good trade right there. Also starting with a lot of health as well. This could be a difficult lane for Garen. Ooh, but this has to... Yeah, I was going to say you have to flash this Zyra or you're dead. That's the power of Aurelion Sol, ladies and gents. If you don't know what you're doing against him, you are going to get punished for your ignorance. He's a dragon that creates stars. He doesn't care about plants. He will destroy you. He creates universes? No. He does create stars. Maybe solar systems? Maybe just stars? Not too savvy on my lore. That Janna skin's cool only because of the staff. The staff is all blinky and it's great. I still want to know why Jhin took Ghost. I'm gonna have to ask him after the game. Because I want to know. Standard starts from everyone except I'd like to see a coin onto Karma. I talked about this in game 2. How just coin is just a really good support item at the moment. Pretty much the only support item at the moment. And especially for someone like Karma that wants to poke as much as she should be at least. Really helps her. The mana sustain really helps. Kinda don't know why the mana sustain is so high considering it gives so much gold. Gragas, you're out of mana, buddy. Can't really do anything there. Alright. Both junglers clearing as hard as they can. Yi going for a bit of a weird path there. But he is going to gank top. Gragas is going to not flash out of this one. He should be fine. Oh, drops the BAM as well. This guy. Aurelion Sol just doing it again. This could be a kill here just because of the no flash. Isn't going to go for it. Yeah, wise move really. He's not 6 yet, so he's just going to chill for a bit. Frozen. Alright. Alright. What else, what else, what else? Oh, that CS discrepancy in the mid lane really hurts to just look at. Zyra's not getting too many minions here. She's gonna wanna just buy... She keeps spending... Looks like she keeps spending money on potions and just using them. Really would be a good idea to buy a rejuvenation... No, not a rejuvenation potion. A refillable potion. And she won't have to spend so much money on potions all the time. Even if she has to go into corrupting, just to stop spending money on potions, because she's not going to get anywhere if she keeps spending money on potions. Because this Aurelian Soul harass is not going to let up, really. Aurelian Soul is 6 now. As soon as he hits 6, just roam straight up the top lane. I think this Garen's going to die. He does hit 6 though, which is interesting. Oh, does flash? Yeah, he's just gonna die. He's gonna die. Yeah, no, yes. Ooh, the auto attack. Ah, and that was first blood at 6 minutes. I think that may be the latest first blood we've seen today. That's saying something. Some very fast-paced games. Ooh, a lot of damage landing onto the Jhin there. A whole nother lot of damage being blocked by the Janna E. Jinx getting a little bit of return damage there. I think from minions, a little bit from Jhin, some from the Tornado. Gragas opting to stay. There's no real kill pressure from Garen, considering he doesn't have ultimate. Aurelian Soul just have to walk that. She's dead because of ultimate, yep. Oh, speaking of kill pressure though, Garen does not have ult. Oh, if that was pre-nerf Gragas, that body slam would have hit. Because that hitbox is broken. Anyway. Yeah, just the CS discrepancy is larger now. Or I think it's actually the same. It's 20 CS. 23. But this Aurelian Soul is just going to run over this game. He knows this. He's bought the Dark Seal. He's ready to go. He's got 4 stacks already. Ooh. Yi is level 6 while Warwick is not. So this is not a good idea to fight this. Warwick taking a lot of damage there. Having to flash. Is going to be taken down by... I was going to say Garen, but... Yi just slid it in there. Gave that a cheeky auto attack. Even more aggression landing from Karma. Ooh. That ult isn't going to kill him. Janna. Didn't need to do that. You really didn't. But, hey, it's the thought that counts. It shows true love and dedication towards your AD carry. Garen is a level ahead, he is a lot tankier, but Gragas is Gragas. He does do the % health damage, he does have the disrupts, he has grasp as well. He could honestly ult Garen into the tower there. He's a bit late on that though. Really should have looked? Yeah, really should have looked to do that a lot earlier than what he did then. A bit of indecision there made the ultimate almost worthless there. And yep, look at this. Aurelian Soul, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but the plants do manage to trade a bit more damage back onto that. Karma able to poke down a little bit onto the... Oh, she's straight there. Oh no, that's... Oh, I was gonna say that is... that's not good. Oh, this could be good. Oh, the fast-feared Yi running towards the Aurelian Soul, but does get fear into the stun, into the ultimate of Warwick. Is it still called Infinite Duress? I'm not sure. That's what it used to be called at least. And yep, Aurelian Soul damage able to take that guy down. Does have 7 stacks on his Dark Seal. Maybe a good idea to upgrade it to a Magi's at this point. Probably looking to just get his Hextech GLP at the moment. Synergizes very well with Aurelion Sol's kit. It has the same damage radius, I think, as his outer limit on his stars. Starfire. Yeah, Zyra not being able to do much there. The CS lead has increased to, if my math is correct, 40-ish. Aurelion Sol just roaming down bot lane. That is for sure a dead Janna. Able to extend her life just a little bit longer with an ultimate there. With a Monsoon. But no, it is not good enough. Monsoon does not beat Celestial Dragon. A bit of damage. Not damage, I keep saying damage. Bit of vision onto the dragon there. Not that dragon, the ocean dragon. Looking like blue team want to do that soon. Ooh. Warwick being chunked down to half there. He's going to heal up a little bit. Gragas is nowhere to be seen though. Warwick is going to heal up like the drain tank he is. Aurelion Sol does have ult. Knocks him back to the outer limit. Gragas with the flash body slam. Not the body slam flash. Oh, the synergy! That was really good, really well played ultimate there from the Gragas. Ults right back into the star as it explodes. Exhaust coming out there to stop, to dissuade Jhin from going any further. Janna just a bit too far there. Jinx getting hyper from that. She is not going to die. Flash away from Jhin, but still dies. You can't flash autos in this game, apart from Xayah with her passive, Twitch with his ult, and Graves. If there are any more, let me know. I don't think there are any more. Anyway. Dragon easily picked up by the blue team there. Gragas pushing down top lane a bit, nothing much happening there. Aurelion Sol a bit gung-ho on his aggression there. He can't tower dive yet. Looking like Gragas winning that trade there. Gonna get that extra Sheen proc off. No, Gragas, what are you doing? You're trying to get that damage up way too much. You're overextending for that damage. Remember, Garen Q cleanses slows. That's how he doesn't get kited. This could be a good bait though. Aurelion Sol going to E over the wall there. Able to just fly over. The body slam is landed. Isn't able to pop his Q because of the silence. Both junglers just walking past each other there. Yi tragically failing to flash over the wall. The ultimate landing, but Aurelion Sol just kind of gives up. Warwick getting the kill anyway. Tragedy for Yi. Tragedy has struck. The Q not big enough to stun the Garen there. Janna sitting there, AFK, taking a bit of damage there. Maybe some next level BM, you never know. Once again, Aurelion Sol, Voice of Light, knocking the Garen to his outer limit, able to do some damage with those stars. And Jinx really just winning this bot lane trade. Oh, very close to being able to pick up a kill there. The Janna ult just saving Jhin. Jhin looking to go for a rapid fire first without getting any AD. I mean, yeah, he does have 120 AD, but that's probably a bad decision. Anyway, Aurelion Sol diving, yeah, pretty easily. Oh, should have just turned around for a little bit more damage there. Could have been able to pick up that Yi. Yi is going to go down anyway. The Aurelian Soul, absolutely massive. I see that Dark Seal in your inventory, son. You just need to press one button to buy a Magi's. Come on. There we go. And here is where the game starts getting out of hand. 180 ability power to Zyra's 84. He has 100 ability power over her. That is massive at this point in the game. Also, Gragas, I don't think sitting there, just sitting on 40. Just kind of Doran's Ring helping out there. How much does Doran's Ring give? 15. So yeah, it's 25 from, I guess, masteries and runes. Oh, something weird happening there. Looks like Aurelian Soul may die here. Oh, just does go down. Loses all of his stacks on Magi's. That is tragic. Warwick trying to press Q, as you can see from the markers. I don't know why they haven't fixed that yet. That was a good collapse onto the most valuable target there. That is brutal, losing all those stacks at once just for one mistake. But that is the kind of item that Magi's is really. Very high risk, high reward item. They removed I think it was Sword of the Ancients? Soda? Sword of the... Oh, I'm not sure. But there was an AD version of the Magi's, and there was a health version too called Magi's, which was just apparently... Magi's? Sorry, AD... It was an AD counterpart to Magi's, and there was also a health version as well that was removed a very long time ago called Leviathan. And from my memory, that was pretty powerful. And Sword, the Sword of the Occult, that's the one. Sword of the Occult was very strong as well, but it was noticeably more strong than Magi's and Leviathan. So Magi's is kind of the only balanced one, I guess, after seeing many changes over the years. It's finally in a decent spot, and by decent spot I mean you lose 10 stacks on death. So it's brutal, but hey, you do a lot of damage if you manage to get the stacks up. Ooh, another good Gragas ult there. Is able to live. The Janna saving him. Oh, whiffing. Zyra whiffing there, but able to pick him up still. This is looking bad for old mate Aurelian Soul. Ooh, Janna nearly going down there. Jhin ult zoning a bit there. Gragas going back in. A lot of damage being landed onto the Zyra. One cancelled auto attack is all it takes for the Zyra to not die. An ultimate landing onto Jinx. She's going to die from the red buff. Jhin picks that up. A good play from red team there. Maroon. I can say red and maroon. That was nice. Still behind on gold, but that is exactly what they need to get back into this game to stop this Aurelian Soul. They just need to make sure they catch him out when they see him. Make sure he has no one else around. That is a whiffed ultimate. That is a dead Warwick. Buff transfer complete. Reckless hits. Ooh. Not sure why Gragas is opting to go in there. Not much he can really do to save the tower there, and kind of wasting his ultimate as well. With as much cooldown as he has, I'm sure he's not too worried. It's up in 60 seconds. Isn't going to come out on top of these trades though. He does need to back out. He's not as far ahead as Garen as he thinks he is. When he does get to blow his cooldowns like that, he does win the trades. But Garen, over a longer period, is going to win. Or I could just be completely wrong. I guess the regen from Gragas' passive is really, from Happy Hour, is incredibly strong. I guess both of them have really good regen. Garen has to be out of combat. Okay. Yeah, actually Gragas winning out on these trades. The mana from Iceborne really helping out. Blue team just 12k gold ahead. This is the biggest lead at 20 minutes that we've seen so far today. Just today, not ever. Jin's a speedy little boy. Oh, we have a disconnect. You know what that means. The pause. And while we wait for him to come back, I will talk about the Janna rework that I forgot to talk about before. I didn't forget, I just didn't get to elaborate really. Oh, he's back. Guess I don't have to talk about it. Or get to talk about it at least. Speaking of reworks though, really excited about Azir's mini rework. Just rebranding him from a long range, or extremely long range, poke champion that can just really do a lot of things, like a lot of different things. Now he's still long range, but not extremely. Still can do the Shreema Shuffle, still does everything that you remember him for, but just more balanceable in this state, really. Janna got a bunch of base stat decreases when it comes to offense. Defense, she has more base health, has more attack range though, and that ties into a new passive where she 35% of her bonus move speed deals bonus magic damage on attack. And that ties into, yeah, her 550 range now from 475. So being a more interactive laner, thus putting her in harm's way more rather than sitting back and tapping E on someone off cooldown. On cooldown? I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna just vastly improve this champion every time I cast, because Janna is either banned or picked 100% of the time. I say that I do not like the champion. It's not healthy for the game, and I'm glad this is being changed. That and her E's getting nerfed early, which is good. Going up to 18 seconds from 10. Hype! Anyway, on to the state of the game. Not that big of a CS lead in bot lane, but mid lane has a massive 70 CS lead. I wonder if we're going to... It's only 30 CS, or 29 CS for a Flame Horizon. Wonder if we can see that. Zyra not really looking like she's going to pick up any more farm. She has been pressured out of the mid lane by the bot lane there. Gragas just... Now that old mate Garen has picked up his Black Cleaver, Gragas is doing the same damage, but it's just meaning less because of how much damage Garen is doing now. But that's a collapse on the top lane. If Garen stays, he is foolish. He's trying to clear the wave with all of his might, but he is going to go down. No, he's not. The Gragas ult does save him. Janna in way too deep. Does get taken down by the stun. Jin is going to get slowed up, is going to get destroyed. And we're going to see some more pushing action from the blue team, more aggression. Ultimates, 2 major ultimates for blue team are still up. And that's probably going to be used here. Yep. He's going to jump in, but just get annihilated there. Gragas for the fat man belly slam. That is a 5-0. Blue team, red team not looking too hot right now. Blue team able to just go crazy. Oh, Warwick just whiffing that, but I guess it doesn't matter. Just to get in range is all that matters. The Karma Auto, the real MVP here. A 7 for none. Are we going to see an 8 for none? Are we going to see a double ace? Probably not. They're going to back off after this, surely. Surely. That Ocean Drake playing into the extended brawls of the blue team there, really healing them up and giving them more mana. Gragas is not going to be interrupted there. A lot of focus onto top lane, clearing top lane, not sure why. Red team, to come back from this, really need to start thinking about what they have to do to get back into this game. They need to start getting vision on the Baron, because that is where blue team is going to want to go next. They need to start shoving lanes, get that mid lane priority. Aurelion Sol will be staying mid for the most part though, easily clearing waves. So someone with as good wave clear, i.e. Zyra, should stay in the mid lane to match that. And with the fight being at Baron, both mid laners can join pretty easily. But that's interesting, we see a Jhin in the bot lane and not the Garen when the fight is up at the top lane. That is where everything is going to happen. All of the fight is going to happen. A stun landed onto Janna. A little bit of tickle damage coming on there from the Warwick. Not able to pick up the kill just yet. Zyra is able to not falling yet. One more auto from the Karma is able to pick that up. Garen is out for blood. He's looking towards the Jinx. Isn't able to get there just yet. Garen gonna harass this Garen. Gragas gonna harass this Garen just a little bit more. Maybe gonna try and push him over the wall into his team. Jhin is AFK, yes. It was very noble of the blue team not to kill a DC member right there. Now, as bad as that was, that could have been made better by having proper vision, staying where you should be and not getting caught out, and having Garen in the bottom lane instead of Jhin. See, Gragas used his teleport to get in. Jhin had to walk over. And Garen walked down, but Jhin could have just walked down from top lane as well. These are things you have to think about in a team-based game if you really want to have a higher chance of winning, or maybe just not winning, just securing this Baron, or making sure that the Baron is not easy for the blue team to pick up. Because at that point, it was just too easy. Like, they haven't picked it up yet, but it's 4 members to 3. It's looking pretty grim. All of the ultimates are still up for blue team as well. Whereas in a 3v4, and at this stage with this gold difference, Yi is not going to get much use out of his Highlander. Also considering he only has 2 items. And Aurelion Sol back up to 18, or not back, but up to 18 stacks on his Magi's. A massive 300 AP there. Zyra only sitting, his counterpart only sitting on 166. Jhin has reconnected, so we're going to wait for the unpause. I think we've had a pause every game. I think we have. But that just gives me more time to talk about other stuff, like the Caitlyn changes. Caitlyn's being changed from a lane bully to more, still going to be a lane bully, but more fragile, really. She has less base health, less of an attack delay, more attack speed per level, more base attack speed as well. Her wave clear is a bit better on her Q, but her traps are being hit the hardest early game. They do a little bit more damage, I think, but now they last a lot less, and the recharge time is... Oh, it's lowered early game. Okay. Yeah, okay, the Caitlyn change. Gragas getting a pop up there, not really going anywhere with that. But yeah, these changes are looking really promising. looking really promising for Caitlyn right now. Promising as in, sounds a bit mean. It sounds like I want her in the ground. No, I want her more balanceable. And with this set of changes, I think it's putting her in the right direction, because how she was before, so she was an absolute powerhouse at nearly every stage in the game. Falling off a little bit mid-game, but her 6 item was like near unrivaled. Gragas able to get the body slam onto Jhin. Jhin is going to fall to the Gragasol. Jhin being caught out there. The AoE rockets are just tearing their team apart. Only one kill picked up there with the rocket. Looked like it was going to be 2. Garen in. His efforts going to be Garen going in. Efforts are going to be essentially fruitless. The slow does land on the Janna, which allows the Warwick to pick up that kill. Warwick taking 1000 true damage from the fountain, and then taking another 1000 true damage from Garen. Garen, he doesn't care. He's got the kill that he wants. He's just gonna run in and suicide, because Garen is a man. He does not care. Looks like he might die. Jinx is more focused on towers as she should be. Just gets destroyed by Jhin though, and it looks like the game is not over yet. Blue team with their eyes around Baron, not particularly on Baron at the moment. Not much can be really done just yet. Red team licking their wounds right now, only one tower left. Oops. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh, Warwick landing the ult onto the Warwick there. Warwick landing the ult on Warwick, sorry. Warwick landing the ult on the Yi. They're doing a fair bit of damage. Yi able to get away with a little bit of health there, with half health now. Still has his refillable. At this stage, if I'm seeing empty item slots and I don't see pinks on the map, I'm a bit disappointed. You should always, if you have an empty item slot at this stage, you should be buying pinks. And if you're Yi, he just sold his refillable, but you should, if you have a refillable or a Doran's item or a starting item or anything like that doesn't build into anything, you should really sell it for a control ward. Those stats aren't really going to matter late game from those 400 gold items, considering vision is just so important in the mid to late game, and right now we are transitioning slowly into the late game. Some people's builds at least are slowly finishing up. We're seeing 4 items, haven't seen a 5th item yet I don't think. Some people are in the making of 5th items. That Warwick ult is going to land onto the Garen. Zarya just going to take a lot of damage there. This could be an Aurelion Sol pentakill. I want to see it. It's not going to happen. I'm disappointed again. I think he got a pentakill last time. It was really, really good to watch, but he picks up the triple. He's got to be pretty happy about that. The ult going so far back, but it doesn't matter. Yi just says, you know, just fuck me up, fam. I want to die. And that is a victory from the green team over team maroon. I hope anyone watching has enjoyed. I hope anyone rewatching has enjoyed. Voice was a bit tired. I'm kind of bad at play-by-play because I stutter and I got mixed up between Warwick and Yorick, but I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you've had and have a good night. I will see you guys not next week but the week after. Next week is a little bit of a break halfway through the season, but we will see you guys see anyone in 2 weeks time with the same team, same time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Ready to see some good games as the season comes to a close. We're going to see what teams are looking like when they're going to come into playoffs. We're going to see who probably has the highest chance at winning playoffs, but hey, that's all in the future. I'll see you guys later.